Hey everyone, and welcome to the 18th Chasm devlog. Chasm is an upcoming dungeon crawler RPG with unique combat and platforming. This devlog, I'm focusing on adding 100 new rooms to the 5 levels already in place. Everyone knows that a good game has good levels, and in that regard, Chasm is not a good game. The levels are too linear, and nowadays everyone is obsessed with open worlds, but Chasm is a fundamentally linear game, so I needed to find a way to combine linear and open world. My idea was levels where you can explore and go wherever, but there's one goal you must reach. In the past, I tried making these levels, but it sort of failed, so I'm going to add a ton of new rooms to each level. Before I could start working on new rooms, I needed ideas for them. This wasn't hard, as formulating ideas for rooms is a pretty easy job. Actually designing them, though, was a completely different story. I hate level design, don't get me wrong. I love coming up with new concepts for levels, but designing layouts and adding them is boring. Really boring, and I had to make 100 of these rooms, so I got to work on designing them. I decided that I wanted there to be lit bits of lore, so I used my existing backstory to get pretty cool layouts that actually have to do with the general idea of the game. I spent ages adding them, first to level 3, and immediately there was a problem. I use a set of collision shapes to define the void in Chasm. In level 3, some void areas were overlapping with the ground, so when you went through the level, you would just randomly die. So why not change that? In Godot, the collision shape objects aren't actually the shape. They hold a path to a collision shape resource that defines them. That means that if you duplicate one and then change the shape in one of them, the whole resource changes, so both of them change. That means that since I duplicated the collision objects to put them in different places, they all got messed up when I tried to fix my problem. After a while though, I found a workaround, but I was losing motivation. I added a few new rooms to level 3 before moving on. I added an awesome new area to level 4. Level 4 is a deadly level, so to go along with that, I added a hidden stronghold in which you can collect tons of keys and health potions. The idea is that the old warriors that were trying to find their way through this got in a lot of trouble there and needed to have a safe place where they could rest and prepare to make it through whenever they were trying to pass it. So, they created this little stronghold area with a prison cell in which there's a captured stone enemy and lots of gear and the like to help them make it through. I then spent a while coming up with new, unique ideas for rooms because each one seemed to be basically the same. I spent a while doing this because each time I actually started creating one, it ended up just feeling like the same thing as always. It was also really hard to make the story obvious without actually having text, so I might add achievements that will have little bits of lore hidden in them to make it slightly more obvious without just directly telling the player what's going on. If you think I should add achievements, then just comment that below. I also spent a while refining the ground pound and flash abilities to make them less powerful, but more versatile. I made the ground pound be used slightly less often, but made it do enough damage that it will kill all enemies except for stone enemies. It's basically something you use when you're about to die, and it's your only hope of escaping. The flash you can now use slightly more commonly, and it stuns things for the same amount of time as it always did, because it should basically be used just to pass certain areas in the level. After that, I spent a while doing bug fixes and performance improvements, and I assigned new jobs to the team members and added yet more rooms. After this, I was very tired, and I'm also sort of sick, so I stopped adding new rooms. All in all, I was only able to create about 37 new rooms, but it'll work more next time. Anyway, that's it for this devlog. If you enjoyed, please subscribe.